All right, so I have gotten all of the chicken breast that was left off of the turkey. I also have the legs and the wings. I think what I'm going to do is save the wings for later on this week, where I'm going to use them to boil in and use the whole thing, the meat and all that, to make a soup later. But I am going to pull off the meat from the legs that I have. So let me kind of get you guys propped up so y'all can see me. So I kind of wrapped up earlier here. All right, so I've got a drumstick here, and I've got a drumstick here, and this is the rest of the meat that we had left so far. So I'll put my glove back on here. I use gloves for everything. And I was using this when I was pulling off the turkey from the other parts. But like I said, I'm going to save the wings because we have 2 whole turkey wings. That's going to be really good in a soup. So I'll set that aside. And I mean, it's really simple. You just simply, pull off the meat. It's a little bit tougher in some parts of it. You might want to use a knife, but it's really simple. You just get all the meat that you can off. Try not to get any bone in here, or that tough, connective tissues and stuff like that. You want to try to avoid those things. Like, this is a bone. I just broke it. But yeah, get some of the skin in there because it's going to add to the flavor of the dish. Because that's part of it. And I just want to take this. I'm probably going to take these bones and boil them and make a really good broth. Because you can. Ooh, I need something to hold this on. Just use a plate. So I'll grab a plate down, and I'll just set that aside so I can then, I've still got some meat on it, but it's like little meat fragments. So it's nothing that's, major. The major parts of the meat are off. But yeah, this is it. You just rip it off and cut it up, chop it up as much as you can, or as much as you like. Depending on how you like your turkey salad. Well, that's going to be a nice crunchy part. But yeah, and then I'll leave like the rest of this on so that I can, like I said, chop it up and put it, boil it and put it in a nice broth. And I can freeze the broth and you can use the broth later. Now, take this glove back off, grab a knife. Grab a knife, and now you're just going to cut up your meat. I like my meat in decent little chunks. It doesn't have to be, perfect. And this turkey is cold. Like I said, I just pulled it out of the refrigerator. So you're going to want to make sure that you have a nice sharp knife to kind of cut through the tougher skin parts. And you're going to want to cut those pretty small so that they add to the flavor, but don't break your teeth when you bite into your food. And you can also discard those parts, if you don't like them. Like, see this part right here? That's pretty tough in some parts, so it doesn't shred very well or chop. I'm not shredding this time, I'm chopping. So it doesn't chop very well. That's okay. So we just, I can use it as a flavoring fragment in a different dish. Okay. So yeah, but you just kind of, cut up your meat. And these are good thick pieces of meat. So your chicken salad is going to be delicious. Oh, I think I ran into another fragment here. But I don't know. I remember we bought like a, I don't know, it was like a 20-pound turkey when my husband and I first got together, and it was just the two of us, you know, and so we bought this huge turkey, and we had so much turkey left over because, you know, we weren't eating it, and we were trying to figure out, you know, all the different things that we could do with turkey since we would have so much. So, you know, we pulled the meat off and was like, you know what? I think I'm going to make a chicken salad, but with turkey. And that's how this came about. It just kind of happened upon this recipe. And you can take any recipe, and that calls for meat, especially like chicken, and you can substitute it for the turkey. That was another one of those pieces. And it works just fine. You know, it really does. And in some cases, depending on the recipe, you'll find that you'll like it better. I'll pick out another one of those pieces. At least I sometimes, you know, like with I like the turkey salad. You can also make, there's like some restaurant, like mimic restaurants. Restaurants are great at this. There's a restaurant that makes a Thanksgiving sandwich where they do dressing, the turkey, and some other things on the sandwich itself. And it makes it's like Thanksgiving in your mouth. I mean, it's amazing. Amazing sandwich. I forget which restaurant it is that does it, but it is very good. I think somebody mixed some ham in my turkey. No, this is not what we're doing today. So, but it's really good. You know, when you put your stuff away, you end up with different parts. I like to separate my body parts, my animals. You know, so if I have turkey, I like to put all my turkey together. If I have ham, you know, then you're going to put all the ham together so that you don't have, you know, when you're making your dishes, you're not mixing the different flavors, because, you know, ham is usually sweet, you know, turkey is very savory. Now, I'm not saying that you can't mix the two. You probably can in a really good dish. I would challenge you to, you know, explore, go on Google, look up some of these dishes, because there's so much that can be done with leftovers, you know, to save money. You can chop this meat up. Excuse me, I had hiccups. You can chop this meat up and freeze it. Like, you can. I don't know how long it would keep, but you can freeze it for, I would say, since it's cooked, you can freeze it for at least a month. Like, seriously. And you can bring it out and you can thaw parts, put it on salad. You can throw it in some soup, some stews, you know, all kinds of stuff that, you know, you can do that will keep it, you know, keep the party going. Like, you could make turkey dishes from now until Christmas Eve, messing around. Well, maybe not that far, but pretty much, you know, you can make turkey every day until you're sick of turkey and you got turkey coming out of your ears. You can make probably, I wonder if you can make, like, I wonder how turkey spaghetti would taste, or like a turkey Alfredo. A turkey Alfredo would probably be really good. But you would have to season it really well, I would think, because turkey, much like chicken, can be bland, and so if you allow it to, but like any meat can be bland. And some of these crunchy bits in here we're gonna leave out, but I believe we have enough meat here. Okay, so. And I'll throw some of these other shreds in here that are already shredded to kind of give it a nice of a uniform chop look and feel. Yeah, that'll be a nice fatty pieces. And it's something about the fatty pieces that just are so good. They're so good. I love chunky fatty pieces. And the little crunchy bits. Like, see that crunchy bit off like that? I love that. It makes me so happy. That's really good. So, there's all of our meat. Okay? That's chopped up. And I can probably break this down a little bit more. But, that's it, you know. We're going to put all this meat in a bowl with some noodles. I've already prepared some noodles. So, and I didn't put them in the microwave. That's just where I was holding them. But we've got elbow noodles. We're going to put everything in this bowl because that's the biggest bowl I have that's clean right now because everything else is in the dishwasher. So I'm going to put about half these noodles in here to see first. And then I'll put all my meat. I'm going to have some more of this. This is so good. So good. All right. Put all the meat. Like I said, usually when I make this, I have I dice apples and I put it's diced apples and grapes, and I stole that recipe from, I think it was Arby's or Hardee's, one of the two. And yeah, so I totally stole that recipe from them. And I don't know exactly what else they put, but my husband came home one day and was like, babe, you have to try this sandwich, it's so good. And I was like, okay. Then I tried it and I was like, babe, we have to always get this sandwich. Always. Anytime we go there, we have to get this sandwich. And that was just super shaky video, I'm sorry. Yes, I got a big spoon so that it would fit in here. All right, now take your big spoon, get your big spoon of mayo, probably one, maybe two good spoons, like clear. This one I only have like about a third or so of a container of the mayo left anyway. So you just want to make sure that you're covering your noodles and the meat and everything is covered in the mayo. And then I just, of course I would be propping my camera on it, but get you some sweet relish. I don't know, I think something's going on in my hair. Get you some sweet relish, and if your husband's not home to open this for you, then then you pray, and then God will open it for you. But just add a good dollop of sweet relish to your taste. And this one is a pretty good dry relish where it's not super soupy. Like, what's going on there? My hair is being so unruly right now. Like, stop it. Okay, are you gonna lay down? Are you gonna stay? Okay. So yeah, but that's it. You just blop it in there, right? And this is a nice dry one. You know how sometimes your relish comes out and it's got like all this juice? This one didn't have that much juice, so that makes it really, really easy to use. Then you get yourself some salt. I have kosher coarse salt, so I'm not going to use a whole lot, but I'll do a little sprinkle there. You really don't need a whole lot because there's salt in everything else. And the meat is already seasoned. Then you add your black pepper to your liking. I like black pepper, so I add quite a bit. And that's it. And you just mix it up together, you know. Just fold it all in there, all the ingredients. Okay, until everything is covered with the mayo and evenly distributed. Okay, I'm going to finish doing this without holding the camera because it's a little bit difficult. I'm trying to, there we go. So you want everything to be evenly distributed. And I could probably get away with adding more noodles to this because there's so much mayo in here. So I'll add some more noodles. I'll just add the rest. Why not? And just mix it on up in there. Mix it on up in there. Okay, yeah, that's better. All right. I need my little plastic, cheap plastic spoon cracking. Okay. All right, and I'll show you guys the finished product. That's it. Like, you can add more pepper, more salt, depending on how you like it and your taste. You might even want to add the rest of the relish in there because, you know, there's relish distributed all throughout, but you might like yours with a lot more relish. I mean, it's up to you to, you know, to see what your taste is. And this one lock to be just won't let me be great. But yeah, so like I said, it's a really simple recipe. Just yank the meat off of your carcass and chop it up, and then, you know, boil some noodles, add some mayo, some relish, and you've got a meal for the next day that doesn't, you know, taste like you just had Thanksgiving turkey left over, you know? You can transform it. So that's it for this recipe. Thank you for watching and watching me go through all my decision-making process and all this stuff and my brain, how it works. And I appreciate you. So you have a great rest of the weekend. It's Black Friday today, so hopefully you got some deals if you went shopping and got back home alive and well. And you have a beautiful rest of the weekend. All right, bye.